when all is said is done, you just have to really know that you lived this life to the best that you could, that you've never regretted anything.
My name is Deonarine, for those of you who don't know, and I am the founder of ReadySetRose.com, full-time real estate agent and a radio host, and I wanted to have this event called Passion with a Purpose because it's so important to have a purpose in life. There's many times where we probably don't feel like waking up or getting out of bed, but once you know your purpose, it will be that driving force to keep us going. So I hope when you leave here today and you hear the panelists, Sassy and Alexandra and Jennifer, when you hear them speak and tell you about their passion, you leave with a sense of renewal, knowing your passion.
Company that focuses on healthy and nourishing meals. Can you tell us a little bit about your company?
So we focus mainly on healthy foods, portion foods, and basically it's affordable, it's convenient, we save you a lot of time because you don't have to go to the supermarket and spend your time wondering what you're going to eat, wasting time, bringing it back, cooking, washing dishes. We do all of that for you, so you get to spend more time with your family, at the gym, and doing whatever you like.
Please help me welcome in my friend Ravi Ramkissoon.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for coming out tonight, and congratulations to Rose for putting together this wonderful event. Congratulations, give her a round of applause. Yes. Thank you to our host, 101 Juice Bar. This is an incredible space. Since you're in a clapping mood, please give them a round of applause. Thank you to the panelists for agreeing to do this today. To my left, we have Jennifer Valentin, who's a public relations expert and fashion blogger. In the middle is Alexandra Kumala. She's an actor, writer, and advocate. And to my far left is Sassy Ramoutar, a singer-songwriter and owns and operates her own event management company.
I'm going to start off with where I'm from. I'm from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Came here 8 years ago in pursuit of a career in either fashion or entertainment. And I will say that it's been quite the journey. Moving to New York was not easy. I kind of had to work jobs that I kind of felt like, okay, this isn't really what I wanted to do. But in order for me to move here, I had to actually move and then get the job. So I came here, I was working at restaurants, I was working as a hostess, nightclubs, that kind of thing. And then I finally got a job at the Fashion Institute of Technology in the administrative department. And I started doing internships at fashion houses, and I realized, okay, fashion is not really what I wanted to do. And fast forward to now, I'm the publicity manager at VP Records, and I'm very excited to be a part of such a legacy label.
I started performing as a child ballerina in Indonesia, where I was born. And that was very interesting because at the time there was actually a lot of political turmoil in the country. And so you would perform, and then all of a sudden you can't do that, and then you perform again. But as a kid, you don't know that that's happening. And then I actually studied biomedical engineering in college, which is completely different because I went to a Singapore school. Like from Jakarta, I moved to Singapore, and they brainwash you into thinking that, oh, like if you're gonna go in the arts, you're not gonna amount to anything. So when I went to college, I studied something that I completely hated, and that, I think, when you're in that position where you're forced to do something that you don't actually want to do, that really pushes you to figure out what is it in life that you want to do.
Good night, everyone. My name is Sassy Ramoutar, and I was born in New York City to Trinidadian parents. I am a singer. I am a songwriter. I also do events with my company, and I'm starting to branch off in events in my community and all over the world. I started off singing with my family band. Music runs about 3 generations in my family, so it was, no surprise that I would follow into that. And I started singing when I was 11. Before that, I used to dance. I used to dance like East Indian music, Bollywood songs, because my family has a band. So while they were performing and singing, I would be the dancer. And from the dancer, I moved on to the singer. And I started singing R&B music, pop music, hip hop, and then I branched into chutney music. And I was the first American to make it as a finalist in the Chutney Soca Monarch. And I don't think up to now that anyone American-born has made it to the Chutney Soca Monarch finals since then. So I consider myself someone who represents my community.
There is a project that you worked on, and you use a term here, plurality of immigrant narratives. Can you tell me what that means to you, the plurality of immigrant narratives?
Well, I see that there's not enough immigrant stories being told in like mainstream media. Like now it's getting better, but it took this long for mainstream media to be able to show these stories. And even then, I feel like because there's so many people's hands in it, that sometimes it's not represented in the right way.
So talk to me about, you're not just a talent, right? Now you're a businesswoman. Talk to me about your entertainment company and the first event you had last year.
So last year I hosted something called the Diwali Dinner. So for those of you who don't know what Diwali is, it is a Hindu festival it's a celebration of light. And I wanted to do something for the modern day Hindus because I noticed that a lot of the younger people, a lot of the millennials, they're not really taking into what celebrating Hinduism used to be. Not a lot of people go to temple. Realistically, we don't really have time to go to temple on a Sunday or to attend every single festival. So I said, you know what? I wanted to do this and make it fun. And I had some really amazing people on my side for that. And Raquel was one of those people because I was totally scared to do it. There was so much backlash from a lot of people in the community about don't do religious events in clubs. And I was so against that because with what I believe is that God is everywhere. There wasn't alcohol being served. There wasn't anything malicious going on. We knew we weren't going to do any type of, practicing hawans or anything in the club. It was just really to unite the community and the Hindu community and anybody else who wanted to participate.
Thank you. What's the coolest thing that's happened to you in your career? It can be a celebrity, an event, a trip, anything, and tell us why, really quickly.
So for some reason, it always involves LA.
Except for tonight.
Except for this, exactly. With Al Jazeera America, I was going to LA for a documentary premiere that I worked really hard on doing the PR for, and then at VP Records, going to LA for the BET Awards with Bungie, Garland, Faye Lines, and Shamsia, having them perform and kind of setting that whole thing up and having the artists thank me after that for that opportunity was awesome. So yeah.
Very cool. Same question.
I think the coolest thing that I was like, oh my God, is this real? Was a regular rainy Wednesday night. I went to a screening and Sofia Coppola was there, and we just talked, and we're just like, oh, like, this is the film that we're both watching, and I'm like, is this real right now?
That's cool. Sassy?
I think the coolest thing for me was I went to a nail salon to do my nails and pedicure, and this 4-year-old little girl goes up to her grandma and she's like, Grandma, that's Sassy. And I was like, you know me.
That's cool. What advice would you give to anyone struggling to find their purpose?
I will say that you should just, keep working, keep driving till you meet your goals. Whatever you're doing is not the end result. I believe that your existence is not based on your job title. So even if you have to go through opportunities and jobs that aren't really what you like, just know that, eventually it will come to term where you're doing something that you love. So yeah.
You kind of answered this question earlier, but do you want to give it a summarized version? What advice would you give to anyone struggling to find their purpose?
Go out of your normal comfort zone and talk to people that you normally wouldn't talk to, do things that you normally wouldn't do, and expose yourself to experiences that you normally wouldn't have.
Sassy?
It would be to be original. Some things and some formulas might work for artists, some formulas might work for other people, but it might not be your formula. So always be original and true to what you're fighting for.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. There's much more events to come, and we hope you guys turn up to it. Thank you.
Ready, set, rose.